over here. But anyway, I'm gonna take off my mask now. This is what I look like. Everybody see me. All right. So, the lightness of being and my inspiration for this show came from 2 drawings that I did from an antique cello. David's antique cello, actually. David came to my studio one day and he brought his antique cello, so I did a drawing of the cello, like you can see here, and I also did a close-up of the scroll of the cello. So these 2 drawings are the inspiration for these paintings. And one thing that Chrissy didn't mention is that we didn't talk about the colors of our individual setup before we came to the gallery to set up the show. And then we realized what a nice flow the colors scheme, appear to be here from these paintings into Chrissy's. So that was a very happy mix. So anyway, once I have my 2 drawings, what I do is I trace them onto tracing paper and I create an overall drawing that is this drawing for this painting. So this is 36 by 48. This here is the same ratio as this larger painting. So I create a drawing. In this case I had created this, that I had actually dreamed about dancing cellos, had dreamed how it would look like. So this is what I created based on my dream. You can see my dreams are pretty busy. Then I take this and I blow it up to this size tracing paper, and I trace it onto the canvas. Then the next step is I decide on my color scheme. The color scheme for this painting was originally red and green, and some other colors, but mostly red and green. So I painted it all red and green, and as I'm painting, I'm realizing, oh, I gotta change this. For example, this row here was actually facing the other way. It was facing this way. And at some point I said, no, it's gotta face inward. So even though it was already painted, I changed it. I made it face this way. But then what happened, it became symmetrical with this other scroll that I had on here. So I said, well, I gotta remove this scroll. And then inward here, inside, it was almost also symmetrical, like 2 cellos facing outward. And then I said, well, that's not working either. So anyway, so this drawing is under here somewhere, under the many layers that I have. Then I go on vacation, it's still red and green. And when I come back, I said, oh, I don't like this red and green, it's gotta be blue. So it changed it all up to blue. Plus, I decided that I wanted to have like a nice sunset here, simplify all the shapes, create the ribbon, and now it's like, the lightness of being. So I just have 2 other little tracing to show you. So for this here, this painting called the Concerto, I originally did this drawing.